So let me tell you, the sad truth is that, okay, I'm going on a fundraising tour, and I want to raise money for people, let's say, to keep Shabbat. Let's just say I want to open up a museum, the Shabbat Museum. Okay, I get $2.50. Then I go on a fundraising tour, and I say, oh, this is a fundraising tour for against anti-Semitism. I'm going to put up an anti-Semitism museum. I walk home with, $300 million. Okay. Now, let me tell you the most amazing story. My son comes to me, and he comes to me, I'm standing on my back porch here in the land of Israel. My back porch overlooks Judea, where Avram and Sarah walked, where Yitzchak and Rebecca walked. Unbelievable. Right in the other valley is the patriarchal road. That's the road that goes from Hebron all the way to Jerusalem. Unbelievable. I look out, I see the terrace farming. The terrace is because it's on a slope. You create a terrace, it creates a flat piece of land. These terraces, stone walls that create the flat piece of land, date back to the 12th century, to the Jewish people coming into the land of Israel. This is what I'm staring at. He comes to me, he says, I'm having this difficulty in history. He's in 10th grade, he's studying in history, Jewish history. He says, I don't understand. What's this thing called anti-Semitism? I don't understand. What do you mean the Jews are weak? What do you mean the Jews don't have control over their lives? I don't understand. You understand? My son, he's an organic Jew. He's an organic Jew. Brought up in the land of Israel. He doesn't understand what that means. Not to have control of your life. Not to be proud to be Jewish. Not to be strong. He doesn't understand. He has no common frame of reference. That's not his reality. The reality of anti-Semitism, of persecution that existed for 2,000 years. It's not his reality. We're living in miraculous times. It's a miracle. It's a miracle to be Jewish today. There are so many people that want to come to Israel. There are people that are begging to come to Israel. People that come from, there are people that walk from Sudan. They want to come to Israel. It's unbelievable. Miraculous times. Today, to be a Jew, I don't want to say anything too harsh, and not to be in the land of Israel. So here is today is Yom Haatzmaot, the celebration. Everyone thinks, oh, it's a celebration, right? Because of Independence Day. No. You know what it's a celebration of? High school students that have no idea what anti-Semitism is. That's the celebration. The celebration is that for 2,000 years, every time when they told us to move somewhere else, you got to leave on a tefka. There was this small Jew, small in stature, David Ben-Gurion. He said, you got to leave. You know what he said? No, I'm not leaving. Unbelievable. So we say, the protector, Shahaim Rim Avked Le'icha, Kol Hayom Ve'Kol Halayla, Shahaim Rim Avked Le'icha. We say God places guards. You know what is the best guard? The best guard is values. Values. You know, my father grew up in Dorchester in the 30s. Do you know, he went out and played with the Christian kids. Why not? They were Irish Catholic, he was Jewish, they had the same values. Maybe not exactly the same religion, but same values. You know what Israel is all about? Yes, it's about having a place to live, but it's a place where we share the same values. It's unbelievable. You walk the streets of Tel Aviv, right? On Yom Kippur, everyone is out there. It's unbelievable. Everyone has the same values. You walk on what you call it, on Pesach, everyone is buying matzah. Everyone has a seder. It's unbelievable. Shared values. You know what the biggest difference is between America and Israel? The biggest difference is that here, Judaism happens outside, in the public. So it's not we're fighting against anti-Semitism. It's nothing to talk about. You ever see these Israeli soldiers? They're beautiful, they're stark, they're strong, it's unbelievable, the pride of the world. But the greatest guard that we have, of course, is our values. And this is a country of values. This is a country so small. And what do? We send eye clinics to Africa. It's unbelievable. This country, it is such a privilege to be in Israel. So I invite everyone, come join us. Okay, nice people. I want to just share with you one story today. Unbelievable story. Unbelievable story. Okay. So, Haatzmaot, unbelievable. This story is incredible. And there's a soldier, and he's fighting in the war in Lebanon. He's fighting, and he gets injured. Chovesh, chovesh, he cries for the medic. And there's no medic around. And everyone knows an Israeli soldier in their pocket over here, they keep a pressure bandage. Yes, it's like rectangular bandage. To just, to put that on the pressure to keep, the blood inside. So one soldier sees that, that his soldier's down. He goes over, takes off the bandage, puts the pressure on it, and holds it. And now he's yelling, chovesh, chovesh, medic, medic. Finally, the medic comes, and this soldier is evacuated. He's evacuated to hospital, Rambam, and operation. Everything's okay. And now the Levinstein Hospital for Rehabilitation. He's there for many months. And now finally he's at home. And then when things sort of like settle down, he wants to know something. His parents want to know something. Who was the soldier that took out their bandage and saved him? Who was the soldier? He wants to know who saved his life. Makes sense. So he asks around, You see, for those that are in the army, there's a code. You don't talk about things. Certain things you don't talk about. Heroic behavior you don't talk about. You don't talk about it. So, but his mother, mothers, they don't give up. So she doesn't give up. She asks, keeps asking. No one's talking. No one's talking. What can you do? So this mother, she had a little makolet, like a little mini mart in Kiryat Gat. And okay, what can you do? No one's answering, no one knows. But she puts up a sign. She writes the whole story. And then on a big placard, she writes a big story, and she puts it outside her store. And hopefully someone will read it. And maybe someone will say, does anybody know who the soldier is? I want to just say thank you. Okay, many months go by. The placard is there. People stop, they read it, they ask her about it, but no one knows who that soldier is. The soldier that saved her son's life. Okay, so a few months pass by, and a woman comes in, and the woman, Kiryat Gat is sort of like a middle class kind of place. This woman comes in, she's dressed like high class, and she stops, she reads the sign, she takes a picture of it. She walks in, and she walks up to the owner of the mini market, the mother, and she says, I know it's been many, many, many years, but you don't recognize me? She looks at her. She says, yeah, there's something very familiar about you. She says, let me tell you my story. She said, I used to live in Kiryat Gat many, many years ago. About 20 years, maybe a little longer. About 20 years I lived in Kiryat Gat. And I came to your mini market. When people go to the supermarket, there's two types of people. One person go in very, very fast, knows exactly what they want. They go around the store. The other person sort of meanders, looking around. And you saw me meandering around the store. And you said, can I help you? You want something? He says, no. And then I smelled something. And you came out, she says, would you like a cup of tea? And we sat down together. And they said, what's going on? I see you around the neighborhood. What's going on? I see you came here. You're not really buying anything. What's going on? We're drinking tea together, and I told you my story. I was running with a bad crowd, and I had an older boyfriend, and he checked out. He left, but he left me with, with a baby. And I told you, I said, listen, I don't know what to do. My parents want to disown me. And you help me. You help me get through it. Of course, by now, the owner of the mini market, of course, she recognized the woman. You helped me. And, thank God, I gave birth to a son. And you know what? My son, 19 years later, he grew up, joined the Israeli army. And I want you to know, because you saved my son 19 years ago, he was alive to save your son. My son is the one that saved your son. He didn't tell anyone else, but he told me I'm his mother. You should know, this country is built on miracles. Built on miracles. But you know what kind of miracles? Secret miracles. Secret. No one knows them. And you know how you know something is real? It's a secret. I don't want to say anything bad, but you see on the highway, will you marry me? I mean, it's sweet, right? It's not a secret. When something's for real, it's like no one knows about it. You know what God is? God is the master of the world, right? Melech haolam. We say, Baruch atah Hashem, Melech haolam. God is the master of the world. Melech haolam, the word haolam means world. It also means elem, which means hidden. He's the master of hiddenness. You think God walks around all day long saying, hey, will you marry me? And he puts it on the, on the wall? It's a secret. It doesn't say it to anyone. Here we are sitting around the Zoom. Why are we sitting around the Zoom? Because there was a mother. And she held us. Late at night, we were crying. Do you think she put it up on the bulletin board last night? I held my child when he was crying. Secret. Anyway, I want to bless you that you'll be a secret. And I want to bless you should come to the land of Israel and meet all these people in this country. It's unbelievable. It's like walking around with a million secrets. So we say, dee-da, da, da, da. Dee-da, da, da, da. Chag Sameach to everyone.
Sameach.